In this lesson, we are going to learn how to analyze a data set for the null records, how to take the distinct, and how to search the data set using regex and clean the data. We will see counting the number of records based on the conditions such as null or any given condition. We will take the distinct of the records. We will do a unique check of the primary key, and lastly the regex search. Let us start with preparation of the sample dataset. The dataset name is accessories dirty. I am calling it as a dirty dataset because there are duplicates records in it. There are records that have null values in it. For example, we can see these two records are the same. They are duplicate records. Again, we can see more duplicate records. There are columns that have quantity as null value in it. There are records that does not have any value in it. All columns have null value. We will use count star and count if function to see the values that are null in it. Count distinct star, which means take the distinct of all the existing records and then count them. Distinct part count, which means take the distinct of the part column values and only count the distinct values. Count part means skip the null values. So when we say count column, it will count the column values and will skip the null values in it. The count if function, count if will count based on the provided condition. So for example, count if quantity is not null, will count all the not null values in quantity. Similarly, count all the raw records that has quantity as null. Count all the records that have quantity more than 40. I have executed this query. The total records are 20, distinct are 15, distinct records with distinct parts in it are 15, not null records that have not null part values 19, again not null quantity 18, not null quantity using count if again 18. Total records with quantity above 40 are 7. The quantity with null values are 2 records. Let us use the Databricks data profile to see the output of these records. So we can always click on plus sign and go to the data profile to generate the data profile of the output query. Here is the result. I can see the data profile for all the numeric values such as ID, quantity and audit time. It is giving me the output how many percentage records are null, what is the mean, standard deviation, 0 and other values in it. It also shows me a chart of the value distribution for the column. Next, let us take the distinct of the records and populate into a table. I am using select create or replace table name select distinct star from accessories 30. So this table now only has the distinct records in it. I will check the values in this table. Instead of 20 records in the original dirty table, this table only has 17 records. Note that the record that has all the null records does still exist. Next, let us see how to deduplicate record based on a particular column. So here, we do not want the records with ID or quantity as null. Plus, we will combine some duplicate records. For example, headphones. So, we will combine those two records with part as headphone and we will add the quantity. And for audit date time, we will take the maximum of the audit date time for those. Here is the query. We are creating create or replace table. The table name is accessories dedupe. Select ID part to the sum of the quantity and maximum of the date time. We are grouping by ID and part and we are excluding the records that have ID as null and quantity as null. So we are saying take the records where ID is not null and quantity is not null. Let us execute this query and then verify the output. Here is the output. We can see that as opposed to 20 records in the original dirty table, this only has 14 records. We can see the records that has same part in it. For example, this external drive. Now we have the total quantity and one record for external drive. Next is, let us run the same query that we use to analyze the profile of the data in the dirty data set on the dedupe output. We can see now there are no dirty records. Let us verify the uniqueness of the primary key. So in this table, let us assume that ID is unique and we will verify that. So we are using the query select. We are counting ID, distinct ID count and the total number of records. Let us run this query over accessories dedupe. There were 14 distinct IDs and the total number of records are also 14, which means one ID per record. Next, let us check the uniqueness of the primary key with other column. So we will check whether one ID does match with the part name or are there multiple IDs with this same part or not. So we will say select ID will count the parts against each ID from this table and will group by IDs. I will comment this. So we can see for each of the ID 12 has only one record in the table. So if I include this, we'll only get the record where one ID is associated with more than one part values. So there are no records. So we can safely assume that one ID is associated with only one part name. Last is, let us use the wildcard character to search the data within the table. I am searching if the part has value monitor in it, the substring has monitor in it. I am converting the part to upper because this is a case sensitive search and I have provided monitor in all caps. Let us search this, execute this. I can see there were two records which have part S monitor in them. Last is, let us use regex to search in a field. So I'm using select star from computer accessories dirty table where regex expression. So this is our regex expression. We are executing this regex on part using function regexp extract. This function is able to search this regular expression in this field. And if the output is cable, it will match and the where condition will be satisfied. Let me execute this. I can see these four records satisfy this regular expression. This was for this lecture. Thank you.